Okay, everybody, welcome to Punchingbagskunk Boxing Media Incorporated Saturday Night Punch. We gotta have a lot of fun here tonight. We got a lot of great guests tonight. I'm gonna introduce all the guests in no particular order, and then we're gonna set the theme of the show, and then 10 minutes before the show ends, we'll do a closing statements. I'm gonna start with a young lady that is an actress, played in some feature films, and just happens to be the niece of Vito Antuofermo. We got Maria Tomassetti.
Hello.
Hello. And we have a man that I call the Doc, who is a doctor, and just so happens to be owner of a Big Six Boxing Academy and father of 2004 U.S. Olympian Jason Estrada. We got Roland Estrada. We have former world professional boxing champion and boxing humanitarian, the one and only friend of mine, John Scully. And we have former world champion, ship boxer, and great guy in Calvin Grove. So welcome everybody.
All right.
And we're gonna hey John, you know I gotta start with you, man. I want to start with the theme of the show tonight, John, is the difference between defenses back in the day and defenses in the present now. Because a lot of these fighters, I noticed, are using that shoulder roll style, the style that Floyd Mayweather pretty much mastered. But everybody's not Floyd Mayweather, right, John? So everyone's
right.
their style. So just talk a little bit on what you think the difference in the defenses back in the day with Renault Whitaker and stuff like you guys today.
I mean, I think defense, I think fundamentals in general were much better. Every decade, it gets a little worse, a little more watered down. And I'll give you a perfect example. If you ask any current boxing fan about the shoulder roll,
yeah,
they're right away going to say Floyd Mayweather, the shoulder roll. They may say James Toney, but they say it like Floyd invented it.
Yeah.
Now, the reason it's such a big deal is because hardly anybody can do it. If everybody was doing it, it wouldn't be a common thing. It would be a common thing and nobody would be, the reason people are so excited about it is because Floyd Mayweather and James Toney are the only ones who can do it, apparently. Now here's what I challenge anyone to do. Go to YouTube and look up, and he wasn't even world champion, Georgie Benton. Look up Georgie Benton. Watch Georgie Benton do the shoulder roll. Watch Joey Giardello do the shoulder roll. Watch Hurricane Carter, who wasn't a world champion, do the shoulder roll. Everybody back then did the shoulder roll. It wasn't even a big thing. Everybody did it. Now, the reason it's such a big deal is because it's a lost art. People don't even use it. They think it just got invented 10 years ago. Yeah. Back in the 50s, all the champions did it. It was a common thing. Jersey Joe Walcott, the stuff Jersey Joe Walcott did in the ring, boxers today would be mesmerized if somebody could actually do what Jersey Joe Walcott could do. So
remember that step off your head?
All that stuff. All that. There's no question. It's not my opinion. It's a fact that boxers as a whole, collectively, were better. Back in the day, they were better. Everybody had the fundamentals. Everybody had
like that one, Roland. I know you like that, Roland. I know you like that.
He's right. All you got to look at is watch some video.
Right? It's fair to see.
Absolutely correct.
Are you with us, Champ, Calvin?
Yeah, even myself.
Okay, I can see on the screen there.
I like slide punches and stuff, you know what I mean? And I got different moves, So people just say a lot of stuff, and they just don't think because we did have guys slipping, and all that was first. That was going. That just came in when we was going out. Yeah. So, but I'm not being greedy, but no, we could with reputation that we got and move on.
That's right. Hey, look, I'm always ranting and raving about and beating up on the new school guys. Everyone that knows me knows that. because like John was saying, I just think the older fighters is technically better in technique and all. The same thing with basketball and stuff. You see, there's more athleticism, so they don't want to be running down post moves and all stuff like that. Let me just get Maria in there real quick, Vito Antuofermo's daughter. Maria, what do you think about the women's part of boxing? You got a lot of upcoming young ladies fighting now, and some of them beat up on some of the guys. Like Doc could say, we got Kaylee Reese, who's a world champion. What are your thoughts, Maria?
I mean, I feel like from boxing back then, now I feel like any woman can do what they put out. I mean, some people that are in the boxing, like who you mentioned, I bet they were all great. I mean, it really depends. Like, if for defense, I mean, you have to know how to, you have to have years of practice, I have to say. Like, if you're just starting out, then I would say, bopping for, your head movements, how to protect yourself. You have to be strong at that.
Let's see. Hey, Doc, now, when Jason was fighting in the Olympics, the Olympic rules, and John, you can speak on this too. The Olympic rules are different. Now, how does the rules that are in place now for amateur boxing, how does that impact defense and offense? Can you guys kind of, because I know when I was fighting amateur, I just want to throw punches. I just slap, try to get points. Does that have an impact on the way the scoring does with amateur boxing these days, guys?
It's kind of hard to tell because it's still the same mess up. You still have judges who are seeing fights that nobody else has seen. I mean, I just watched the whole series of them at the Olympics there. I don't know. They tried to change it. They went back to the 10-point scoring system in the amateurs, but the subjectivity of it is still kind of not there. They're still picking guys. Bad decisions are still going on. So I don't even know what the answer is for amateur boxing, because if you're aggressive, you would think if you're aggressive and you knock somebody down and you landed, you control the ring, you would win the round. That's not the case though. I'm confused when it comes to that.
What do you think about that, John?
I mean, I'll be honest, I still work with some amateurs in the gym and go to local fights, but to be honest with you, I stopped watching the Olympics probably 15, 20 years ago. I really don't have a big interest in international amateur boxing because it actually started in '88 when I was trying to go for the Olympics, and then Roy Jones got robbed in the Olympics, which was, unbelievable. The worst robbery in history, pro or amateur. That was the worst.
Wow.
That was insane. That was insane. And after that, I really just gradually stopped watching and stopped showing an interest. And I remember, they tried to fix it with the computer scoring, which made it easier to cheat, in my eyes. And I would see fights, and I remember seeing a fight with Michael Nunnally, not to be confused with Michael Nunn, but Michael Nunnally, who was a great amateur back in the 90s. And in the 1996 Eastern Olympic trials, the fight was on TV, and he landed he was behind 2 points with 30 seconds to go, and he landed 3 or 4 punches, and the announcer said it oh, there's 3 great shots, and he didn't get it. He didn't get the credit for it. Then 10 seconds later, he landed 4 more punches. The announcer goes, oh, there's 4 more points. He didn't get it. So he should have got 7 points. He got none. So once I saw that, I realized how incredibly stupid the computer scoring was. And I literally didn't even care about boxing at that point on the amateur level, because I knew all those wins and losses were so debatable. It got too hard to follow, and I never really got back into it.
I hear you. Okay, I'm gonna ask the champ, Calvin. Calvin, are you there, champ?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Hey, what talk about the difference between amateur boxing and defense from back when you was fighting amateur and as compared to today.
Boxing, it just is not the same anymore. And it's, I guess it's done just not they don't have it anymore like they used to have it. You know what I mean? You know, and I still still watch it. You know what I mean? But it just ain't there like it used to be when we had Hagler and all those guys in there, even the guys before that.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm just keep on doing what I'm doing, and that's it. And I'm just try to get me a couple boys in there, and then I'll be good to go.
There you go, Champ.
Hey, Greg.
I know, John's on. John, you got about 8 minutes. We gotta let John go.
Well, listen, I want to tell you something real quick.
Yeah.
2 things.
Yeah.
Real quick. I want to make sure I get this in. Number 1, we got to tell Calvin to turn his phone around so we can see him.
I am trying to say.
But I was watching TV. Chill. I was watching TV.
Are you there, Calvin?
But he's gonna know. I want to tell you a quick story, and I told Calvin this in Atlantic City a couple weeks ago. He'll remember me once he hears this story. You know, when we talk about heart in boxing, you think of Gaddy and Ward, you think of Ali and Frazier, you think Holyfield when he fought Bo. You know, those are the ideas of heart, right? I was in Philadelphia, 1994, the Blue Horizon. The ring there is 14 feet wide. You understand that, right? 14 feet. It is incredibly small. Russell Peltz did it on purpose so there'd be nothing but wars in that ring.
Yeah.
The ring was soft, like boxing on a balloon. It was soft.
Yeah.
So I was there when Calvin Grove fought Troy Dorsey. Troy Dorsey was the man to throw punches. Troy Dorsey would swarm you and just throw 120 punches around. So the idea was that he was going to be all over Calvin, and Calvin would move for a few rounds, but then he would get tired, and then Troy would be all over him, right? In the Blue Horizon ring. And I was there, and Calvin boxed a perfect fight every round in that tiny little ring, that soft ring. He boxed. I remember saying, as I was watching, and I said, I wish I would have done this more in my fights. I wish I would have boxed more like this. This is how you're supposed to box. And I remember he outpunched Dorsey. But the beautiful thing was, after the fight in the dressing room, they had a big rubbing table to rub guys down. And Calvin, he won the fight on national TV. But he was I was the only one other than his team to see this. He was so tired, and he had put out so much energy that he was laying on the table, and they had to take his clothes off for him. And he was there completely naked except for his cup. He had his cup on, and they were pouring pitchers of cold ice water all over his body to revive him. So, and I remember watching it, and I was saying, man, like what he must have put out, like every bit of energy he had, he used in that ring, and he won the fight. But people, you know, they only saw him get the decision. They didn't see 15 minutes later, he's in there. I thought he was dead for a few seconds.
Calvin, you remember that?
So did I.
You remember that?
So did I. Huh?
You remember that?
Yeah, I remember it, yeah. Definitely.
Try to turn your camera around.
Yeah, you know what? The hardest fight that I ever fought was Zuma Nelson. And you know, they just took it from me. You know what I mean? To this day, I'm still like, oh man. You know, and I think about that. I said, man, I know I beat that guy. You know what I mean? And it was just one of those days. You know,
Did you see that fight, Doc?
Who?
Yeah, I did. I did. That one and the Jeff Fennick fight.
I remember the Jeff Fennick
Yeah,
fight.
Finnick, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, back in the day when Jeff Fennick, that's the Jeff Fennick from Australia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I remember.
Oh, the one hitter quitter. Boom.
I remember. Yeah, we
Hey.
watched.
I gave it to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gave it to him, boy. I'm telling you. Over there in Australia, it was
That was right on.
long.
That was right on the jaw too, man. That was a beautiful knockout.
Wasn't it?
I always use that fight as an example whenever, because look at Calvin was not known as a puncher by any stretch of the imagination. He was a beautiful boxer. He was not known as a puncher. Jeff Fennick was known as a beast. I mean, he was like Superman. He could take punches.
Yep.
He could throw a million. So whenever people say, so-and-so can't punch, so-and-so can't punch, say, listen, you catch anyone right and you're
Yep.
going to have a problem.
That's right.
And
It's okay.
Calvin Grove and Jeff Fennick is the perfect all-time example of that. If you told someone ahead of time Calvin Grove would knock Jeff Fennick out cold, nobody on this earth would have believed that. But you catch a guy right and you throw the punch properly and things are going to happen.
Absolutely. I think people say that stuff about a lot of people say they can't punch. I mean, I remember back in the day say I can't punch, but I think it's accumulation of punches, John. I think a lot of times it's accumulation of punches. They used to call Sugar Ray Leonard not a puncher. I tell people all the time, how in the world can you say Sugar Ray's not a puncher when he went toe-to-toe with some of the most devastating punches ever put on gloves? Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler, stand in front of these guys. So, what do you think about that, Doc? Like when people talk about punching power, that's a good topic, John. Thank you. And I know John only got like a couple of minutes left too, by the way.
I even hate that terminology. A lot of times we'll say, "Oh, you're born this, you're born that." Let me tell you, Larry Holmes is a good example of that. You know, he catch you one shot, turn your lights out, but he was never considered a puncher. You know, you catch it, like Don said, you catch a person on the right spot, they going. The one they don't see. You know.
Yep.
Larry Holmes had that nice straight right hand, man.
Right hand, that right uppercut off the ropes.
Hey, to this day, hey John, I'm gonna ask you something man, off the record. To this day, that right uppercut that Holmes was trying to throw to catch Tyson, that
Change history.
It changed history. That got caught on the ropes. I always say to this day, I don't know what would have happened, but I'm telling you right now, if that punch, because Holmes is notorious for them sneaky uppercuts. He caught Weaver with it. He caught that was his shot. And if that shot lands on Tyson, who knows? I don't know.
Well, Larry Holmes is my favorite fighter, so I'm biased when it comes to that. But yeah, that right uppercut. And did anybody else ever notice when he fought the fight with Ray Mercer? When he was walking, he walked toward the corner. He just started puking before he got to the corner after the fight.
Yeah.
Not many people noticed that. You know that, right?
Who, Larry Holmes?
I know John did.
I didn't even notice that. Wow, really?
As soon as the bell rang,
Yep.
he held it in. As soon as the bell rang, he turned the corner and threw up all over the ring.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never even knew that, man.
Yep. And I try to find the video. I can't find it, but I remember that like it was crazy. I said, "Oh my God, he just puked everywhere," you know?
Yeah.
That's the guy who gave it all. See what I'm talking about? Who John was talking about? He left it all right there in that fight. And
I got Larry as 2 all the time, man. I get arguments all the time about that, but I got Larry as 2 because just from the body of work and I think a little bit underrated. You know what I mean? I think he's a little bit underrated, Larry Holmes, but I got him at 2. You know what I mean? Where you got him, Calvin?
Well, listen. I was just going to say something.
I'll let you go, John, in a minute.
I was ready to say something. Who do you think is the hardest puncher that came through boxing? Do you think it's someone with Tyson or somebody what's the heavyweight name?
Julian Jackson.
Julian Jackson.
Okay.
Jackson.
Okay.
Well, when you hear people like
wait, who we got? We got Julian Jackson. John, you said Julian, right? Who'd you say, Doc?
I said Julian Jackson.
Everybody thinks it's universal. I was gonna say Julian Jackson too. There's a lot of good punches out there. Like Joe McClellan wasn't a joke either. And everybody says like the Ernie Shavers, like that's like a natural response when you say heavy punches. Who was? But I think I'd have to go with Julian Jackson also.
Okay.
Hey, John, it's 6:52.
Yeah.
I know you said you had to go take care of some stuff. I want to say, I want to just let John have a closing statement early because he got to leave. I want to say, first of all, thank you, John, for your time, for coming on to Punchingbagskunk, Boxing Saturday Night Punches. I want to say thanks and just give you this little bit of time to say your closing statement, whatever, any plugs you want to plug or just anything you want to say, John.
Yes, sir. Well, one, like I say, as a boxing fan, and like I say, I met him a couple weeks ago. I'm really happy to be on here with Calvin Grove. I always watched him when I was a kid. He actually fought my trainer, Pepe Vasquez. They fought in New York in 1986.
Nice.
May 3rd, 1986, on the Tyson undercard. But if anybody watching is out in California, Los Angeles area, I'm going to be out there for the West Coast Hall of Fame October 16, and on October 15, I'm doing an amateur boxing reunion at a place called the Jackson Boxing Gym in Los Angeles. I've got Michael Nunn, Virgil Hill, Paul Banke, all kinds of guys coming. And actually a few guys from New England I think are going to come. Ray Oliveira said he's coming.
Nice.
So I look forward to if you have any people out there from that area, I hope they can attend, and maybe I'll see them out there.
Good.
John, I'm gonna try to get out there, John. It's kind of tough, but I'm gonna try my hardest, man.
All right.
Are you doing anything close to home anytime soon?
I'm working on. I'm trying to get something going at Foxwoods. See if they could let me host one there. So if I do, I want to have a big northeastern type of thing going on. So yeah, I'll let you know if it ever happens.
Don't forget me. Don't forget me either. Okay.
I got you. Yes, sir. I got you.
All
right. I appreciate it.
All right.
All right, John.
All right, guys. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, Jay. Go slow, John. It's just
all right.
Have a good one.
Be good, fellas. All right.
Let me all right, John's going. It's me. We've got Roland Estrada with us, and we still got Calvin Grove. He's still over here with us. We got about another 20 minutes. Just wanted to see what your thoughts was, Roland.
On what's the subject?
I'm always old school, new school. I got this. Hey, Calvin, I got this thing about old school, new school, man. I just rank all over the kids all the time.
Okay. That's good. Thank you.
The old school news. I talk about these kids. I'm tired of the pick pack, tip tap. I call it tip tap. What I call it? Tap tap tap. Punch. Give me my money. Nobody's fighting each other, Doc. Let's talk about it.
Well,
funny. Listen. I am not shy. You know what I mean? I am not shy. So, hey, if you want to give me some money, fine. If you don't, we'll wait for another time.
Yeah, these kids don't fight each other, Doc, these days, man.
Yeah, I was looking at. I was going through some of my Golden Gloves videos there, and yeah, what a difference, man. These guys, even the freaking novice were coming out to kill you, with good form. With good form, too. They had good form. It's like now, wait, listen, we just had the Golden Gloves here a couple of weeks ago. Literally, every freaking fight was sub-novice. Sub-novice. 3 fights and under. I mean, it's like watching girls fight in the street.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it was terrible. I'm like,
the form is crazy, Doc.
Huh?
The form is just crazy.
There is no form. These guys are just going in and throwing punches, all windmills, and somebody has to win, and that person's walking around with a Golden Gloves jacket, bragging about he won the gloves. Yeah. Pitiful.
Well, they did it different down where I live at. The gloves, they stopped it, then they brought it back again, and so they had a last fight was Saturday. Saturday just passed.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
So,
You watch it?
No, I had to watch UFC. I'm sorry.
Oh no! They ain't so, Jeff.
We lost them. We lost them.
No. Hey, Jeff. I think that one slipped out a little bit, right?
Yo, they got him. They got him. He's gone. He's gone.
Doc.
Man.
Hey,
I apologize, Phil. I apologize very
hey,
much, but
I don't apologize, Chip, because you know what?
we don't have it anymore, man. We don't have it anymore yet. You know what I mean?
I can't even fault the kid Jake Paul. You know the kid Jake Paul?
Yeah.
I can't even fault him. I mean, he's making his money.
Yeah, yeah.
He's bringing in that crowd of slappers. He's bringing them in.
What do you think? He's talking about fighting. Now he's talking about fighting world-class fighters now. I mean, now, you know.
Listen, man. The man is
Robinson ain't King Davis, man.
Yeah, he's a marketing genius, man. So he's gonna get paid regardless. Even when he gets knocked out, he's gonna get paid. He'll be laying on his back counting $30 million.
I think he's already broke the bank.
Yep. I mean, he know what he's doing. You know what he's doing. He ain't no dummy, man. You know, 10 years from now, ain't nobody gonna ask him how many losses he got.
You know that's right.
Okay, I hope you're right.
Yeah, listen, he's catering to a different kind of crowd than what we're used to. You know, he got all these kids watching him. You know, all these little pretty boppers, whatever. They think he can fight. As far as they're concerned, he can fight.
And they don't know no better.
They don't know any better. So, yeah, if he maneuvers himself right, there's a lot of guys he can beat that they're just as bad as him, but don't know it.
Yeah.
These guys.
I saw him. I saw Tommy Fury fight that. I wasn't impressed.
Who?
You know,
who?
Tommy Fury.
Tyson's
Fury's
brother.
Huh?
Tyson Fury's brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
He fought on the undercard. Very unimpressive. He's fought all taxi cab drivers too. But the thing they put him in there.
You like that one, Calvin?
Yo,
you like that one, Jeff?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, but so I'm watching because that's the fight they're hyping up. You know, Fury versus Paul. And I'm saying Paul's gonna beat him too.
Yeah, but I'm saying, Doc, these guys these two are not even fighters. So now guys that are not even fighters can command them kind of presses and command that kind of 80,000 people in the stadium. I mean, they're not even boxing.
Blame it on COVID. Listen, you got Holyfield fighting tonight. He's fighting a guy that De La Hoya was supposed to fight. What does that tell you? I mean, and you know, you got Roy Jones fighting Mike Tyson. You got Evander Holyfield fighting. You got Riddick Bowe fighting.
Riddick Bowe's fighting in Florida.
He's fighting Odom. Yeah, I'm saying, like, I blame it on COVID. There was no boxing, so these guys came up with great ideas. They go, you know what? Let's bring all these 55. Calvin, you fighting?
They're looking for a comeback, Calvin.
Yes, yo, we're working on that. Matter of fact, I'll be down there. I'll be down that way Saturday. Me and I got to see my wife on. That's it. Yeah.
There you go.
There's too much money out there now.
Right.
And there's too much money out there that I like to get some of it too.
That's what's up.
What you weighing? We haven't seen you all night. What you weighing?
Hey, 7 o'clock, so the show's over. Hey, when I see a Rocky movie, I think I can make a comeback, Doc. Every time I watch a Rocky movie. Hey, listen, guys, I want to say thank everybody for participating in the Punchingbagskunk Saturday Night Punches. Thanks to you, Doc. I really appreciate it, man. Thanks to you, Calvin Grove, champion. You guys, hey, Doc, I'll be calling you. Hey, and Calvin, I'll give you a call soon, champ.
Call me. That's all. Just call me.
I will, brother. Thanks for participating. I appreciate it.
All right, you have a good one, okay?
You
later,
too,
brother.
Champ.
All right.
Hey, Doc. I'll hit you up in a little bit.
Y'all.
Yeah, I know you will. All right.
To both of y'all. Okay? All right, then.
All right, man. Peace out, everybody.
Okay, bye now.
All right.